Hi, in this video, we'll see how to create a Windows RDP for free using Hetzner Cloud. By for free, I mean we'll use a €20 free credit that you'll get when you sign up through the link in the description. This credit allows you to create a Windows RDP at no cost for a few months. Since I already have an account, so I'm logged in. When you create a new account, but you'll need to sign up, then log in, and then you'll see a dashboard screen like this. When you first see this dashboard, you might not see any projects listed, but you'll have a plus new project option. In that case, click on New Project to create one. You don't need to input much, just create a simple default project. Once that's done, you'll see a project view on your dashboard. Click on it to proceed. Since that would be a new account and you've just created a project, your screen will appear blank, without any servers, unlike mine where I already have one. But you'll see an Add Server button. Go ahead and click on that. Choose a location that suits you best. You'll have 5 options. I'm selecting Ashburn here. For the operating system, choose Ubuntu 20.04. Scroll down a bit, and you'll see options for a shared CPU or a dedicated CPU. The shared CPU is more cost-effective, so I'll go with that. If you prefer a dedicated CPU, feel free to select it, but just note that it's pricier. From the available servers, I'm selecting one that costs €7.05 per month, which gives 4 GB of RAM, 80 GB of hard disk storage, and an AMD processor. You can pick any server that fits your needs. Uncheck the option for public IPv6 if you only need IPv4. This keeps the cost lower since adding IPv6 bumps it up slightly. We're keeping IPv4 only. Finally, name your distribution. I'll rename it Windows and leave the rest of the name as it is. After setting the name, here you'll notice the total cost is €7.55 because we've chosen only IPv4. If we had selected IPv6, the cost would be around €8 per month. Now, click Create and Buy Now to proceed. Once the server is provisioned, click on it. You'll see various options and configurations. First, go to the console window. Where you'll find a terminal-like login screen. This shows that our server is properly provisioned. We don't need to do anything in the terminal right now, so let's close it. The first step is to go to ISO Images and enable the Windows ISO image. You'll find it on the 5th page at the bottom. Choose the language you prefer. I'm selecting Windows Server 2019 in English. Then, click Mount. Once it's mounted, you'll see the Mount button change to Unmount, which confirms the ISO image is successfully mounted. Next, restart the server. Click on the Untoggle button to power off the server. Once it's off, click the same toggle button again to power it back on. Once it's powered on, click on the console icon again. Now, instead of the Linux terminal, you'll see the BIOS for the Windows Server 2019 installation wizard. To enable mouse functionality within this console window, make sure to enable GUI mode. You'll now see a mouse icon in the console. It might be a bit slow or tricky, but we need to complete the installation here before connecting via RDP. If you want to adjust settings like language, time, or currency, you can do it here. I'm sticking with the default options and clicking Next. Now, click on Install Now. The installation wizard will load, and it may take few seconds. Once the options load, select Windows Server 2019 Desktop Experience. Highlight that option and click Next to continue. Check the box for I accept the license terms and click Next to proceed. Choose the Custom option, which brings us to the disk partition screen. At this point, you won't see any partitions. Click Load Driver, and we need to unmount the current ISO. Go to the fourth page of ISO images and select Versio Win 0.1.215. Mount this driver ISO, which allows us to install Windows drivers. Once mounted, go back to the console. Now, click on Load Driver again, then Browse. You'll see a drive containing the Versio ISO file. Inside, navigate to the Vioxi folder. Then open the 2K19 folder and select AMD64. After selecting it, click OK. Then, click Next to proceed with the driver installation. It'll take a few seconds to install, so wait patiently. Once installed, you'll see 3 disk partitions. Delete each one by one. After deleting them, you'll have unallocated space, like 76.3 gigabytes here. Click on New. Apply the full size, and it will automatically create the system and primary drives. Now, remount the Windows Server 2019 English ISO because we mounted the Versio ISO earlier. After selecting the primary drive, click Refresh. And the Next button will activate. Go ahead and click Next. Windows will start installing. Now, we just wait until the installation completes. The installation is complete, and the system will restart in a few seconds. After it restarts, Windows will load up again. Now, we should unmount both ISOs to prevent the installation from starting over if the server restarts. Both ISO images are now unmounted, and Windows is preparing to start. By default, the username is administrator. You'll need to create a password, then re-enter it to confirm. After setting the password, click Finish to finalize the configuration. When the Windows lock screen appears, use the on-screen Control plus Alt plus Del button since the physical keyboard won't work here. Enter your password to log in. Now that we're logged into Windows, let's enable the Internet connection. Open Server Manager, go to Tools, and select Computer Management. From there, go to Device Manager, right-click on Ethernet Controller, and choose Update Driver. Since we unmounted the driver file earlier, we'll need to mount it again. Mount the Versio ISO, then return to the console window. Click Browse. Go to the CD drive where the drivers are located. And select the NetKVM folder. Choose 2K19. Then open AMD64. Click OK and then Next to install the drivers. Now, our driver is installed, and you can see that the Internet is connected. Select Yes to confirm the public network connection, and close the windows. To fix the mouse issue, let's enable Remote Desktop Protocol. Right-click on this PC, select Properties, and click on Remote Settings. Here, select Allow remote connections to this computer. Click OK to confirm the Remote Desktop Firewall exception, then click Apply and OK. Now that everything is set up, copy the IP address provided by Hetzner and open Remote Desktop Connection on your local PC. Paste the IP into the computer field. The username is administrator, as shown earlier. Check Allow me to save credentials to avoid re-entering them each time, then click Save and Connect. Enter the password you created, check Remember Me, and click OK. If you see a warning, you can skip it by checking the box and clicking OK. And we're connected. This is the RDP screen, the same as we saw in the console window. But here, the mouse works perfectly, and it's faster since we're no longer in the integrated browser console. For regular RDP use, connect this way. This is how you create an RDP. We generally use RDPs on Windows Server in most of our videos to run our scraper tools, and many people ask how to set up an RDP, especially for free. So this video is for everyone who wants to learn how to create an RDP and run their tools on it. That's all for this video. Thank you for your time.